And let's see how they all go on the first stage. This then is the Bulldog Rally. 6 stages, all in one day, but they're long stages through woodland and forest, valleys and hills. In all, more than 80 miles of competition. The first swift through is that of Luke Pinder. The sun may be out at present, but the weather has been changeable. It's still cold and wet in the hills. Pinder consistent on the opening 2 stages, recording the 3rd fastest time on each occasion. Richard Sykes is another newcomer. Last year he was plying his trade in the BRC Challenge, where he eventually finished runner-up. Here he made a cracking start, recording the quickest time on stage 1 and the 2nd fastest on stage 2. Molly Taylor made her UK Swift Sport Cup debut last year, but that was a one-off in Yorkshire. The Australian's committed to a full run in 2009 and isn't here to make up the numbers.
Hair small crest, into small crest 7 right.
Taylor with the fastest time on stage 2. This is Gordon Nicol. He went close to winning the title last year, looked good on gravel, but struggled early on at the Bulldog. David Harrison also appeared to be taking his time getting used to the Swift. And no joy at all for Nick Everard, who retired when he went off the road on stage 1. Into service, and it's Molly Taylor who leads, but only just.
Second UK rally, second helping of mud and rain. How's it going?
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely keeping us on our toes. It's fairly slippery out there, but a good fun and a really good challenge, and I'm loving the roads.
On to stages 3 and 4. Luke Pinder starting to get the feel of the Swift now. In the lead up to the rally, the rear right suspension had broken. Not ideal preparation, but Pinder, quickest on stage 3, takes over the lead, and by stage 4 had a 3.5 second advantage. Richard Sykes began stage 3 9 seconds down on the lead. And that lead was held by Molly Taylor. However, the Australian relinquished the #1 spot when she lost over half a minute on stage 3. Things were back to normal on stage 4, and she hit back to reduce the gap at the top to just 3.5 seconds.
Then 7 left plus. Then 4 right plus.
Gordon Nicol had endured a tough time on the opening stages. A spin on stage 1. He and co-driver Emma Morrison then got lost on stage 2. It was their first time making their own notes. David Harrison began stage 3 in 5th place and almost half a minute down on Taylor. Yet he lost further places and time through the next 2 stages, bending both bottom arms in the process. On to the final 2 stages and a 2-way scrap between Taylor and Pinder. It could have been a 3-way fight, but look out for Sykes at the side of the road. His challenge had fizzled out with a broken gearbox on the final stage. The final stage also claiming David Harrison as well. With Sykes gone, Nicol moved up to take a 3rd place finish. 2nd place for Luke Pinder, but he had to work for it. A right-hand suspension problem meant he had to use his handbrake on every turn. And that left Molly Taylor to romp to victory, the Australian's first Swift win in only her 2nd UK outing.
58 left and stop.